Hello dear viewers. Today we are discussing an important topic in the field of product design, usability. Usability in its most basic sense means how functional a product or service really is. More specifically, it defines what it takes to make anything actually useful to the customers. Besides, what is commonly believed by customers, the usability of a product is actually very different from its appearance. It is actually the key difference between a beautiful product and a beautiful disaster. Although usability is essential for all kinds of products, it is a critical factor in the tech industry where there are hundreds of products for doing the same basic task. Now, as an aspiring product designer, you may be wondering, okay, usability is important and all, but how do I actually make my products more usable and accessible? Are there some guidelines that I can follow? Well, dear viewers, you are in a luck as today you will learn the basic 6 principles that will make your software products greatly more usable than the rest of the pack, namely visibility, feedback, affordance, mapping, constraints, and consistency. We will also be using Google Docs as an example so that you can actually see those principles in action rather than just hear me talk about them. Starting off the list, we have visibility. Visibility states that users should know just by looking at the interface what the options are and how to access them. This is particularly important in software products because it is a challenge to make everything visible to the users with largely varying screen sizes. Hence, it is essential to include only the options that are needed. When we open Google Docs for the first time, we see various templates ranging from resumes to letters, letters to project proposals to brochures. This ensures that even the new user can get productive easily. Similarly, the interface inside any document shows various frequently used tools right at the header menu, which helps to create and edit the document easily. Next up we have feedback. This principle is as simple as it sounds. It simply states that the user must receive feedback after every action they perform to let them know whether or not the action was successful. Proper feedback reduces the anxiety the user has when using a software product and makes the product more approachable and consequently more usable. Google Docs provides various feedback mechanisms. For example, whenever you start typing on a document, it shows the feedback of saving, which ensures that any changes to your documents are being saved. Similarly, whenever you click on the icons on the menu bar, it changes its color in response to that click. Next we have affordance. Affordance is the link between how the things look and how they are used. For digital products, the design should be intuitive enough that the users know how to access the information just by looking at the interface. Google Docs promotes affordance first and foremost by giving you a tour of the application if you are using it for the first time. Next up we have mapping. Mapping is the idea that in a good design, the control for something will closely resemble their effect. In Google Docs, the scroll bar in the right corner shows the approximate location of the page we are working on. Similarly, you can see the headings of your document automatically in the document outline section to the left, from where you can easily navigate to the headings of your preference. Next, we have constraints, which restricts a particular form of user interaction with an interface. This is essential because the user could become overwhelmed with the range of possibilities available through an interface. You can restrict your collaborators to either a read-only view of the document or allow them to write to the document being shared. Next, Docs also has various modes of editing which restrict specific actions while providing new actions. The editing mode allows traditional edits. The suggestion mode restricts editing the document but allows editors to suggest changes to the original author. The viewing mode restricts any form of changes but allows viewing the document in its final or printable format. The last principle is consistency. People learn new things and manage better when they recognize patterns. Consistency is key for these patterns to be recognized and learned by users. If similar looking things do not produce a similar output, the user is bound to become frustrated. Google has worked a lot to bring consistency in the interface of their products. We see consistency in the interface of Google Docs with other products as well. Google Docs also has its interface pretty consistent with Microsoft Word, which helps you easily transfer your Word skill to Docs. Internally too, Google Docs shows consistency. The overall interface is white with blue hints, which is consistent with the Docs icon. All interface fonts are the same with varying sizes based on their importance. So there you have it. We have discussed all the 6 necessary principles you need to make your design and your products as usable as they can possibly be. Following these principles is hard work, but if you actually do it, you are bound to get a product with an interface that is way ahead of the line in terms of usability, a product which has a surefire shortcut to success. Thanks for watching.